It's Real 92.3, Bootleg Kev, DJ Head.
West Coast.
Special guest in the building. New album is out.
Whoa.
Missed calls.
Your boy Kid Ink. What's good, man?
Did I do it right?
Kid Ink is
That
here.
sounded right, actually.
Yeah, I had the right tone and shit.
Yeah.
West Coast.
So 7 songs. So is this an EP? Is this an album? What are we calling this thing? A playlist? A project?
To me, it's a project.
It's a moment.
You know what I'm saying? It's
you gonna get into that
records.
new shit? It's a moment.
It's a moment.
Is this the warm-up?
Yeah. On paper, with legally, it's an EP. I'm just trying to heat up. Like, it's a warm up. I definitely haven't just like focused on 7 songs this whole time. I've been working on the album, working on just different ideas, and I needed, to heat up before I get the album out. I just want to drop something, and it's not.
You got this song with Lil Wayne and Saweetie. That's a fucking banger.
It's dope.
Appreciate you. I know Wayne just got on it recently. Talk about the song and how the whole thing came together.
It's cool because it's one of those. What I did just recently with the last couple months is get my home studio together and really just be able to tap in like I did when I was doing mixtapes, to where it's just not really having nobody else there, playing some video games real quick, getting my, getting hype, win a couple games, go in the booth, just start freestyling all kind of different stuff with no type of, pressure at all.
Right.
And
no
Yuso,
A&Rs around.
Right. And honestly, it usually happens around like the 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock area, the bewitching hour.
In the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
Okay.
I usually go sleep at like 4.
Kids asleep.
Kids asleep, right? I get, the
Wife
full
might be
focus. Wife is usually asleep.
These
If
are
not, I
bang
gotta
bros
put her to
hours
sleep.
at my house. I got wife and kids are asleep. I can sneak downstairs and watch some brazzers.
Had to cut
Anyway,
it down.
continue.
But anyway, Yuso was one of those records where I was listening to the beat, had this, crazy initial idea, said, nah, I don't really rock with that too much. And then I said, all right, I'm going to go cut it. Because I feel like lately, and a lot of the biggest records I had were the ones I didn't really, I don't want to say believe in, but I was listening to it like, that was too easy. And sometimes for me, it's too easy, like, will set me back because I'd be like, man, that was too easy. I got to come harder. And sometimes it'll just be right in your face. So with this record, that's kind of how it happened. And I cut all my stuff at the house. Then, just started thinking about who would make the record better. Always, whenever I'm thinking like, oh, I need a female in this part and this part. And this, when I get to that point, then I got to start picking down. But it's kind of harder sometimes with the females.
Yeah, because there's like 78 dolls. There's,
He don't respect none of the dolls.
I only respect one.
Which one?
Cash Doll, the OG from Detroit. She's the first
What about
doll.
all the other
And she can
dolls?
actually rap. The other ones are, they're disposable.
All right.
I'm just saying. What happened to
Did I
Cuban
do it
Doll?
right?
Does anybody know what happened to Cuban Doll? She might throw me in a cage. No, you just said something. I think you fucking overthink everything, Kid Ink.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it happens.
You know what, man? Like, because me and obviously Will have a great relationship, and man, you make some fucking hit records, bro. And I think that you gotta stop overthinking shit.
Well, I think what happened.
You know what happened with Tiger the last 5 years? That motherfucker started overthinking shit, man.
But it's because it's not just the artist. It's sometimes where, of course, when you sign with a label too, when even the label gets comfortable and they put you in a place, or you feel like, if I don't release this type of music or present this
You
type
got
of
weird
music, it's not
motherfuckers in the
gonna
studio with you,
right? A lot of stuff,
fucking weird A&Rs and shit. You know what I mean?
So for me personally, but besides just going to the house and getting that together
Being in your
and
element.
being in my element,
Yeah.
I had to just also release some stress from just my, I feel like on the business side and get some stuff together with the label and make sure that everyone on my team was on the same, creative page, and anyone who had any creative differences, we had to, part ways in the studio. Everything is still a business, but in the studio, I needed it to be, to feel, be in my element and feel the right way, and it just wasn't feeling that way for a second.
You think you have anxiety?
That's why I smoke a lot of marijuana. I have high anxiety. My brain, if I don't smoke, it turns. It turns. So, I definitely.
Problems of a Clipper fan.
Clippers been killing.
They have been.
Clippers been killing. It's funny because everyone
They have been. Tobias Harris is a grown-ass man.
Everybody been starting the season off giving me so much heat because, King James is over at the Lakers. And
you're a
how
big
you feeling?
LeBron
You gonna
fan.
switch up? You gonna switch
Wait,
up?
what'd you
And it's
say?
like-
Say that again. Say it again.
King James is over at the Lakers.
Hey, yo, you know me. I'm a huge LeBron fan. Your fucking snake's name is LeBron.
Yeah. It was.
I mean,
it was
you're
serious.
a big LeBron fan.
I was a big
By the
LeBron
way,
fan.
you're an interesting type of motherfucker to have a pet snake. You know, that's like when you go over to a
That's my
bitch's
third
house and
snake.
she got a ferret or something. You'd be like, oh, yeah, now we got to go.
That's
but you
my
got
third
a snake.
I had.
Why you
growing
like
up, I had
snakes?
lizards. I tried I was the kid to just be like, yo, I'm trying to go to Petco and see crazy stuff.
But why a snake though?
Like a snake bite ever happen?
Snakes is cool. First of all,
I hate snakes.
Snakes is you only got to feed. First of all, a snake could only eat once every like 6 months.
That's it?
But
They know how to hibernate themselves, so they're not a lot to make. It's not a lot of maintenance. You know what I'm saying?
But they're
They
creepy.
don't bite. Well, at least my snake don't
You've
bite
never
because you
got
got to
bit?
get the one. Nah, not because I got a ball python, so they don't even like have. They don't bite to eat. You know what I'm saying? They just strangle you, but they don't strangle things.
Oh, that's it.
Bigger than them.
Just-
Like,
just-
bigger than me though.
just a
I mean,
little
bigger than you know what I'm saying.
asphyxiation.
Him. So like, if you got one that's 8 feet, yeah, he might
How big is your snake? Pause.
like.
Super pause. Super pause.
All right.
Hey, he paused. He's like, what is he asking me? All right, go ahead.
Your
Talking
pet
about
snake,
my pet ball
not your-
python.
Your pet snake.
Is-
Your bald
is
python.
about, 3. He's about like 3.5 feet. I
Yeah,
wanna say.
that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
3.5. That's
four.
what's up.
That's anyway,
This conversation went real Yuso.
I know.
Oh shit.
You kind of got known for like, certain type of sound where you would have like, 95 to 100 BPM record with an R&B singer on it. Did you like make a concerted effort to kind of try to like? I mean, because you have such big records. Like shout out to Helen Back went gold, right?
Yeah, man.
You got
Day one record.
amazing records that don't sound anything like your biggest hits.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? That you're like hardcore fans know
Yeah.
about. But I feel like you kind of gone away from that sound. Is that on purpose or?
Like I said, when you get with the label and different things start becoming a success, of course your direction is kind of like, foggy from not knowing what's gonna work or what people are gonna want from you. So for me, like when I did the independent album, it did do well. I had some successful records.
Time in Your Life was a fucking smash.
Show
in
Me
Phoenix.
was, I want to say, that was my first real Mustard record. I think we
Yeah.
did something on a mixtape once, but for me, it wasn't really like.
That was your
it
first
was a
like
little
actual
forced, but that
major
was-
single, right?
Yeah.
Like major label single that was released.
Well, no, the first single was with Meek Mill and Wale on Badass.
Badass,
But then from there, Badass, and that had, at that point, I wasn't thinking about a Mustard, like any sound or BPM or anything. When I did Badass, I was just creating a bunch of records. Even everything else on the project, it was just so many different sounds. But once I got the wave on the Show Me record, of course, at that time it was a Pocket. He was right next door, always making beats. So we was always kind of like just there. And I did a bunch of records, and I did a bunch of records that the label loved. And it was kind of one of those things where if I got a record and I present it to the label just to hear, because I'm always just sending the records, and then they send it back and there's Trey Songz on it, I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah,
and
gonna be like, take Trey Songz off the song.
yeah, take him
Usher
off
of the record
and try to put him on this,
Right.
so that I could get the song off that I want, and then make it take longer
That
and
makes sense.
wait, or
Path of least resistance.
right. So like Body Language, I did the whole record, and then by myself presented it as a demo. They sent it back to me with Usher on it.
Oh.
I was like, I'm gonna throw away the Usher record,
Fuck
even though
no.
I didn't write the record for me. Honestly, I wrote it for. I was at a session writing for Fifth Harmony.
Usher's
so for
the
me,
king
it was
of
like
R&B since Kelly peed on the girl, so he's the king now.
I was having that convo earlier.
So we're
But
it's Usher minus the herp situation. He's good.
that's the same thing. Anyway,
Go ahead,
anyway, look,
finish this.
I don't know nothing
Sorry,
about
sorry.
that news. I'm sorry, but anyway,
Like legally though. But go ahead.
but anyway, like I said, you can't. I'm not like I'm brand new. I'm just now getting money.
You got Usher on a record.
Bro, before Show Me, I was, living in the hood. It's like I really had to think about like, all right, this single just did 2 million records. Now, one thing I can say, I personally would have not put Main Chick out after Show Me. That was a label choice. And
Why?
Because just for me personally, I didn't want to force feed that, and I think that kind of helped. Or that kind of put me in a situation where that's what people expected, because it was so instant. We had a record that went 2 million, a record that went platinum. They both had Chris on it. They both sounded similar, same production. I had people hitting me up on you know what I'm saying, comments all day like, y'all need a project, y'all need to do this. So the label's also seeing that, and they're like, we do this. Trust me how many times somebody told me at the label, yo, put Chris Brown in on that, let Mustard co-produce it. And I'd be like, but all right, but you're gonna make me stuck in a, you know what I'm saying,
Stuck in that pocket, yeah.
And it's gonna be harder for me to break out of that and get people to listen to other music. So, that's kind of, I think, the situation that was happening. Because I was still making all kind of other music, but imagine making like 10 records and they take 2, like I said, put the features on them, and then the other 8. Or if I do get the other records out, imagine show me having a $100,000 video budget or whatever, and then the record that I want to put out, they like, cool, you could put it out, but we only got like 5 for the budget for that one. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. It kind of takes away from the success of those records. So.
If you had it your way, what would you want to make? If you had it 100% your way, what would you make? What kind of records would you make?
I've never been one to really limit myself. I think that I would take the opportunity to actually start making projects that felt like a certain vibe, because like when I got stuck in the position of making a lot of singles, the projects turned into just being a lot of singles and weren't really as cohesive as they could have been, and being moments to where you could take like certain Kanye projects or whatever and
they got a
separate
vibe
them because it's that person was in a different space. So I never actually had been able to be in a different space because I was in so many different spaces at one time trying to figure out what the next record was going to be, not really trying to figure out how to sell a project.
Yeah.
That makes sense,
I fuck with that.
Why missed calls?
Missed calls. I was definitely, I had a couple different names I went through, and missed calls just at the time was really relevant to me for different reasons. I felt like, again, being at home and being in my element, I kind of tapped out. I wasn't by my phone a lot, or it was dead, or, I couldn't find it. Or I was really just tapped out and kind of, when I was in the studio at the house, just separated myself from a lot of different things, even just, TV or just certain stuff. I was kind of just in the zone listening to music and just, rolling up. And I think from there, I also just have a history of being the guy, that doesn't always reach his phone on time. So for me, that was another joke with my friends. With people that know me, I felt like that's.
I know, even getting you up here, it was like, yo, Ink's not the day of kind of guy.
Nah, it's a real thing that, and I know people worse than me, because trust me, I always tell people, I'm cool, I'm bad, I might respond 6 hours, day later. I know people that respond 3 days later, like other celebrities. I'm not gonna give no names up. They know too. Like, man, I don't respond. That's like, you can't pick up a combo for 3 days.
I'm kidding.
I didn't want to say. CB, but he know. CB's a 3 day. Miguel posted it the other day. He know he a 3-4 day.
3-4 days.
But pick up the same convo, so you gotta laugh at it and just. But I do.
That is like the most awkward text etiquette ever. Someone texts you back in the middle of a conversation 3 days later, bro.
Oh no, I've done it recently, and people will be like, "What are you talking?" I do it to Will all the time on GChat, because sometimes even if you don't log in on the phone, and then my iPhone will pop up a whole bunch of old messages. I be
you done that shit to me too.
Oh, you know what? Here's a story. I did that to my homie that had seats for me at the Laker game. Damn. I responded 2 days later. I saw the text message like, "Damn, was good." Oh man, and I was about to respond yo, I might be able to pull up, and I looked at the date damn, that was 2 days ago.
Was this a LeBron Laker game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was
not to be confused with the Clipper game.
This was a last week game.
This would have been last year. You probably wouldn't have cared.
Nah. This was last week. I got to the text late, and you know what I'm saying. But shout out, the Lakers. They just sent me a LeBron jersey the other day and an invite to come through the suites and all that.
Not to be confused with the Clippers.
Shout
LeBron's on the Lakers now.
Shout out LA.
Are you a bigger Clipper fan or a bigger LeBron fan?
That's tough. Well, I've been a Clipper fan before I was a LeBron fan, so I guess that kind of takes the seniority.
Because I'm a Suns fan, but I'm a LeBron fan, and I'm not sure anymore if I'm a bigger Suns fan.
Yo, I told my homie that the other day, I was like, yo, I'm not sure about which.
Because as a Suns fan, I've historically hated the Lakers.
Bro, it's certain, right? It was certain teams,
but now my favorite. I've had so much emotion. I've screamed at other grown men about LeBron being better than Kobe Bryant, and now he's a Laker.
But for end of the day, I told myself one time when I was younger I'd never wear a Laker jersey, and I'm definitely about to throw this. I got a fit already ready with this one. So
Oh wow, you going there with
to
it?
be icy out here? Nah.
Welcome.
Hopefully,
See, I don't know if I can do it. See,
Welcome.
I'll come. Shut up, fuck you. I'll go to the Laker game in a Cleveland or Heat LeBron jersey. You know what I mean? Just so y'all know why I'm here. I ain't got your shit to do with that yellow and gold.
Purple.
Yeah.
Purple and gold. It's not
I need a
yellow
white
and
one,
gold.
Loki. I need a white one.
Oh yeah, yellow and gold, purple. Yeah,
not yellow
that's
and-
two shades of yellow. You're correct. Well, see, I don't give a fuck. Obviously, yo, you fucking performed at WrestleMania, man, which is
Fire.
got to be one of the
Very
most
jealous about that.
amazing things that anybody. I mean, because I know you're a wrestling fan.
The biggest thing for me wasn't even just performing at WrestleMania. It was performing at WrestleMania during Hall of Fame Legends Week. So, like, they were presenting all the Hall of Fame awards, and you know what I'm saying? And then they had the ceremony, I think, the day before. So all the legends was at WrestleMania. And the coolest thing ever was I got to do all that, perform on stage, everything. But the best place was catering. Catering had every wrestler ever in there.
Just hanging out.
And it seemed
Everybody
like
ever.
everybody at the same time sitting at tables. It was just like, oh, look, it's Mankind sitting next to Ric Flair, sitting next to D-Lo, sitting next. It was just
That's
everybody, like,
crazy.
but random tables with people that you just never see sitting together, only in matches. And they was all just grubbing. Everybody
Did you-
had
you
plates
didn't-
like this.
Did you fan out at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, bet.
Of course you know what I'm saying. But see, I'm a fan out person that doesn't ask for pictures.
No, you tripping.
But I did ask for pictures from Stephanie McMahon.
You got
Out
to
of everybody?
wait. You walk past Mick Foley. You walk past like
Stephanie
Yeah.
McMahon, she was a hell of a heel, man.
Yeah, I called
I don't
Stephanie
give
McMahon in the parking lot with Triple H. Had to be like, yo, hey, sure, you know what I mean? I need a picture.
This was in Santa Clarita, right?
if you don't get the fuck
Was
out
that
of
was
here.
that in the Bay?
Hold up. Fuck all
Or
that.
Santa Clara, that's right.
You walked past all the legends and went to Stephanie McMahon to get a picture.
Hey,
Well,
man,
first, like, it was at
he's
the
smart.
end, and I was like, I need, but yeah.
That he's
It was a
trying
nice
to
photo.
secure the WrestleMania bag 3 years from now. You know what I mean?
You did. Nah,
Man, listen.
gotta keep it.
Fuck all that.
That's crazy.
It was a lot of stuff going on. The only thing they didn't let me wear the belt out when I performed. 'Cause it was like too replica. They didn't want me to look
didn't
like
want
I had the real joint. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
I got,
And The Rock it was too much going on when
you know, I
tried
got
to
married
see
on
him.
Sunday and I came out in the Stone Cold leather vest with the belt to his theme music. That's
the
how I
Post
walked
Malone?
down the aisle.
No, it's a fact. He really did that shit.
Oh, you came with the Post Malone?
No, with the Stone
No.
Cold.
The vest? No, that's
No.
my
No,
dude
I
Post
literally
be wearing
had
that
a
one.
Stone Cold Steve Austin leather authentic
Yeah,
vest
yeah.
with the fucking belt.
That's hard.
That's what
I
I-
ain't seen it. I'm about to go on the ground. Where's that? This is fire. You know my man's wears the belt on tour. Looking like a real wrestler though.
Come on, man. That's what I do, baby.
Got the wrestler haircut.
Hey, man, I gotta. That's what I did.
It's a fact.
Wow, guys.
Shout out to my wife for letting me do
That's
that.
a bar.
Speaking of marriage, both of you guys are taken, spoken for.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
Thank you.
to Kev. He just got married this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You've been doing this relationship shit. Can you give him a bar? Because Kev is not exactly,
What?
he's not exactly primed for this life. So just give him a bar, you know what I'm saying, on how to do this shit properly.
Besides take some L's,
So you gotta take. You gotta obviously take the L's.
you gotta
No,
take
but he not coming
you know
back.
you got to take L's without them knowing that you took the L. Because you could take the L and it still be like, well, why your attitude like that though?
You gotta make them feel good about winning the argument
Yeah, exactly. And then go to your room
and just
play games and
play
be like,
video
yeah,
games
I
and
won though. I know I won.
record rap music.
So
Nice.
she got to win out loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Even
See, I don't really like that shit.
Right. And then with the kid, you let them win too when we're all together as a family, and then when you with the kid alone, you do.
Oh, you double back.
Hold on, no, you can't.
He like,
I learned the hard way. You can't double back and because what I did was I did the here goes some candy, but don't show your mom.
Yeah.
And then it stuck with her for like the whole week. Everything she didn't want to show her, she was hiding. So then she was like, "Did you tell her to hide stuff from me?" And I was like, "Nah, I ain't
Nah,
really."
of course
it wasn't.
not.
It didn't come out like that, but that's how she took it.
oh shit.
You can't.
She turned
Yeah,
on.
I didn't make sure. I made my daughter sneak. Your accident wasn't my fault. You know?
All right. Well,
I mean, notes taken. I mean, obviously, your girl, you know what I'm saying? Your girl was on the VH1 show. Is it like kind of like? Is it having your shit kind of on TV a little bit? Does that like make shit a little complicated?
No. I mean, no.
I remember at the pop-up shop you guys did. I saw Asai, and I was like, hey. Do you need me to start some shit in here for you?
But you know what? That's
I'll
the thing, though.
Shit up in here.
That's the thing,
ratings.
though. With their show too, it was like, how do you say? Like, for me, I think it was kind of not too positive, but it just wasn't.
It wasn't enough drama.
It wasn't enough drama, I think, for the market that those stations was really going for.
Facts.
And I think everybody just kind of got to do what they did. Show them.
Kind of represents hip hop right now too. Right, you gotta have some weird shit going on Instagram,
and them girls is too classy for that, like fighting and all that.
That's true, man.
Throwing stuff in real life, like,
shout out to all
and that's the thing too. Once it starts spilling in real life, it's like, come on, we grown. Like,
hey, you know what I always respected about you? I'm gonna tell you the truth is you always open to constructive criticism. Because I know, like, I mean, we cool, and I know I done said some crazy shit in studio sessions.
I live off of it,
and you still let me come back to the studio and like play me this shit.
No, I definitely rock with you in the studio because it'll definitely be straight to the point. Like, nah, I don't really, but the other one, but that beat kind of, but nah, I rock with since day one, I've always felt like even just comments, because, when I first was like doing mixtapes, it was like Twitter, and I was paying attention to comments, feeding off what people were saying, and being like, yo, they not really rocking with this song. And you could tell when somebody's like, just knacking and just trying to act like, and just get on you, and trolling or whatever. But I think that, once you really start picking through and you be like, yo, people not really rocking with this. As much as they rocking with this, you got to start having comparisons. So once you start getting your content out, you're like, or I've had fans say, yo, man, that last record you did was hot, but this one I'm not really rocking with. Now, I take it into consideration. I still look at him like, well, I see what you rock with. I'm going to continue to do records like that. But if enough people rock with this, I'm gonna do that too. But it still puts me in a position where I'm thinking, going back to that, would I go back and feel like when people send me show me beats now, do I want to do that? No. I'd be like, nah, that's done. Like certain stuff, you gotta it's a wrap.
So no more show me type shit coming out.
And it gotta be fire.
It gotta be like
it gotta be fire. It can't be because those was easy for me. It can't be just easy like the same go to, because I think people, they like, nah, you got that.
Is there anybody that you're looking forward to working with that you haven't yet? Because you done work with, like, I mean, shit, the Michael Jackson of our time. You done work with.
You worked with.
I've worked with a lot of people. I want to work with a lot of people that I've worked with, like, back before even just the label stuff. But I think anybody new that I want to rock with, I still feel like I need something with Ray Shrimmer.
That would be that'd be a good fit
with them.
That'd be a good fit.
I want to rock.
You and Sway Lee would be a fucking movie, man.
Yeah, no, that's my boy. I rock with him heavy. We just gotta get it in. I think it's just me getting the heat up.
You gotta hit him back. Studio. You gotta text back. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait 3 days to hit Sway Lee back. You gotta hit him back.
I don't know. He might not be. He might be a not hit back. He might be that guy.
He's kind of popping right now, right?
He got a lot of shit going on.
He over playing with monkeys in Molly Mall's house.
Nah, but I just ran into them recently at a couple of little events and parties out here. So
I saw you and Tory Lanez got up recently. You guys ran into each other.
It was a charity event.
And like, obviously back in the day, it tweeted some shit about your freestyle and Funk Flex. At that, you guys,
Yeah, well, you know what? It's me and Tory.
You guys got hella music together from back in the day.
Started working
years ago,
mixtape days. I used to send, because he used to do well, send a bunch of different ideas. We had a bunch of different stuff, elevated remix, but just like a bunch of stuff I'm sure people haven't heard because we were both just coming up at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've been around each other and been in and out the same studios for a while. And something came out on Twitter where a bunch of people were retweeting me one day, talking about a freestyle I did on the radio station. And now at first I already knew from how I felt about the freestyle and how I felt that day, and not even wanting to do the freestyle and not even liking the beat the person picked and not being in the pocket that I wanted to be in. I was like, this ain't really gonna turn out the way I want to, but I'm gonna still rock with it because I'm gonna do it for the for the DJ. So after that, I was like, in the morning, whatever, I get. And from there, people just kept retweeting this Tory Lanez thing.
Right.
And, when I saw it at the time, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, that's really crazy. Like, I took a little offense to it.
You guys are boys.
Right. And I'm just, looking at people's retweets and stuff like that. So I let it go though, cause I'm just wasn't.
You're a nice guy.
I wasn't.
You're a great guy, Kitty.
I wasn't in the position where I felt like I wanted to start my career and stuff on beefs or being negative, anything like that.
Yeah.
So from that, I let it go. I tried to later on down in the line, I tried to research some of the links, and the tweets was deleted, which was funny. But anyway, besides that, I seen him at this charity event we did with Jesse Buss over there.
Jeannie Buss.
And you know what I'm
He's
saying?
not a Laker fan. God bless him. Forgive
Not
him.
a Laker fan, Jeannie Buss.
She's Jeannie Buss,
What?
the owner of the fucking Lakers.
She's the Stephanie McMahon of
She's the Stephanie McMahon of the Lakers.
West Coast.
So you ran into Tori.
Anyway,
at
we
the
had
charity
this
event.
little Laker event, right?
Right.
Because I'm getting my names together. And, we run into each other and chop it up and figure it out. And, figure out it was just a misunderstanding. And, you know what I'm saying, settled it and understand that, we both rock with each other and know that.
That'd be a great collaboration, a new collaboration between you guys would be amazing.
Ideas. I
now
got
that you guys are both, glowed up.
Right. And again, I think it's just one of those things that just never actually had to have the conversation. So, of course, you let stuff bubble and people start saying stuff and the other people start getting involved and then they be getting crazy and you're like, nah, man.
Is it safe to say that you was just in your feelings about the situation?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper. I'm competitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of the culture. I definitely get in my feelings if another artist got something to say. But, again, do I ever get in my feelings enough to where I'm like, we can't talk about it or figure it out or work if I really think you talented or you think I'm talented or, you know what I'm saying, we used to rock with each other. If it ain't that serious, ain't nobody throwing hands, like what's the point?
I can dig that, man.
Fact.
That's good. Well, hopefully you guys work together.
Hey, and also thank you for the video game because I know you.
Oh, yeah.
You sent me the Super Nintendo. I want to know who you played online. That's whack.
Who have I played online that's whack just in general? You know what? I've been doing my online thing trying to get everybody to battle me and nobody ever wants to really
Battle
Nobody will play you.
Nah.
What game are you talking about here?
He be on
I
a
post
2K.
my PS tag
2K.
all the time.
I'll watch you at 2K, bro.
Nah, bro, we could do it to I'm here.
Bro.
I'm here. I'm gonna go play as soon as I get to the crib.
I don't know if I'll be the Suns against you, but
Oh, you know.
hey, you know who's fucking solid
Look.
now on 2K? But the Sixers got Jimmy Butler. It's a fucking movie on 2K.
Yeah.
Defensively,
Who do you run with?
Right now,
not the Clippers. Be
Facts.
honest. You ain't playing
Right
with the
now?
Clippers online. You ain't playing with the Clippers online on 2K.
Yeah, no.
Just like I ain't playing with the Suns,
my man's beat me with the Clippers the other day. But anyway, I'm playing with if I
running
know
with
I
the
want to
Raptors,
beat you, I'm
don't
playing with the Celtics. Because my career runs with the Raptors, I know how that whole team runs. So I run with the Raptors.
Of course
too.
you do.
And then I never picked LeBron or Curry in any games though, because I feel like it's just cheating. Every
Celtics,
time,
I think, are the best.
anytime anyone ever beats me, they have to pick those two.
You don't want to
teams.
just pull up from half court and just wet.
Right, no, because whenever I pick Golden State, it's a problem. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, I'm going crazy. And I was telling them on Instagram the other day, I stopped playing 2K in 2013 when my
Hold that
friends
phone
started
higher.
fighting.
Hold that phone higher. That's a Samsung.
Oh no, 9.
Let me just show everybody. Hold on. Just because I'm tired of hearing about all the shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, fire,
Listen,
fire can't beat
S10's
it.
dropping in February.
Oh, I know. See
Fuck
now,
an iPhone.
It's a
right?
full out endorsement.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just
fuck?
tired. I'm tired of all the fucking slander I get. All right.
Well, that's because we don't like Dropboxing you all the fucking videos. You know what I'm saying?
Email me.
Well,
Email
me
exactly.
the clips.
WhatsApp me that shit.
Fuck out of here with that
Listen.
bullshit.
That's what he does too.
Ah.
Droid dorks.
Anyway,
Nah, WhatsApp is for the
Shout out to
tour
Ill.
life.
anyway,
Yeah. Anyway. So 2K.
yeah, there you go.
2K anyway,
So anybody can get it.
anybody can get it. My career
PlayStation.
player he 91 right now, but he averaged 50. He MVP. He about to be All-Star captain.
Oh wow.
My guy's nice.
Really?
My guy's nice.
Do you feel good about that?
Yeah, he feel good.
Yo,
you saw he
yo.
was like, yeah, it was like he had a son. He was proud of that motherfucker.
My creative
when you
players
really
lit.
get on the game and you see the culture, yo, it's crazy.
No, I know.
These kids taking. I'm just a 91. This kid's on there with 98s, pros. They don't even. The thing is, when you go to the court on the playground and kids don't want to play with you,
That means your shit is fire.
They check your stats and they be like,
Oh, yeah,
nah,
I
I don't want
can't-
to pick up
I
with
can't
you.
play him.
Nah, I ain't
You be
right.
feeling hurt. You be running around the playground dolo,
Trying to
like
find somebody.
trying to squad up. Like, y'all want to squad up? Nah, I
I'm
can't get
good.
picked up.
You playing
Nah.
a Switch at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Smash
I'm about
Brothers
to go get
just
Smash
dropped?
Brothers
Oh, yeah.
immediately. I've been trying to. I've been focused. Video games take like sometimes when it's too much. I purposely.
You got a fucking album coming out on Friday.
I ain't been playing Spider-Man on purpose. I ain't been playing Red Dead Redemption on purpose.
No, those games will.
That's life.
That's life.
You gone for a month. I ain't been playing Smash Brothers.
That's the truth.
Because you know what I'm saying. When I touched the Switch and had Mario Odyssey, I played it for like 2 straight weeks and beat the whole game.
When you went out of the country, I saw you hit the game store. They had hella.
I was in that store for about an hour. I was in one aisle for about 15 minutes.
Because I hadn't talked to you since you got back, but. What did you blow a bag in there?
A little bit. You know what's crazy? Every time I go to Japan, the stuff I really want always don't come out like until 2. They always because they know how to like advertise, so they'll have all the video games, all these stuff, and they be like drops in 2 weeks. They be like, I'm only here for a day. Like dang, but. I did pick up. They got the wireless PlayStation charger. So like how the phones, you could put the phones on the little dock. They got the PlayStation little add-on. You just put the controllers on the dock. No more wires. No cords.
Is that a Japan only thing?
Yes.
They don't got that shit.
It's a Japan only box. The writing on it Japan, but they had a lot of stuff for the video games I ain't never seen out there. Just for the controller, like make your controller just souped up and be this big. With just all kind of additions and pedals and steering wheels, and it's sick out there.
How close? I mean, you know, you were talking about earlier that the label was like trying to push you into working, you know, with the same people. Was there ever like a serious discussion about you and Chris Brown dropping a joint project together?
Not between us. I think I mean, like we've joked about it, but I think it was never like a serious thing. Even though we had accumulated like 6 records at one point, but of course, the label and fans always, you know what I'm saying, shot that idea. And me and Mustard tried to do, you know, collaboration project where it was me and him. Mm-hmm. But then he ended up having to just, with his situation, couldn't, you know what I'm saying, drop a project at that time. And I had to just kind of just take all his production and drop Summer in the Winter, which instead of sounding like a Kid Ink and DJ Mustard project, sounded like Kid Ink just using a bunch of Mustard beats trying to get the sound off again, which wasn't the intention. But, you know, again, when I'm sitting with a single with, you know, Fetty and, you know, Marion, all these different records, I'm not going to not drop for the summer. I'm not going to sit in the house and record.
A lot of that was recorded on the Chris Brown tour?
Nah.
No.
Me and Mustard locked in for like 2 weeks.
I'm talking about, well, is that, because you were on tour with, was it Omarion, Fetty?
Oh, that was right after, I think. We ended up.
Was it French and the Migos?
Yeah, I ended up.
Tiana Taylor?
I jumped on Omarion's record at that time.
Yeah, I remember that tour. That was a great tour, man.
Oh, that tour was fire.
Any crazy tour stories about that tour? Because, I mean, there's a lot of motherfuckers. You got the fucking Migos.
Was this before or after the marriage?
He's always been with his girl, though.
Yeah, she was there.
Well, this is before
She's been
her.
around.
But tell us the shit before her.
Yeah, but
there was no before her.
I'm trying to help him. Shut the fuck up.
The craziest story was.
Listen, I'm not asking you to. Yeah, I'm just asking, like, what's some. I mean, obviously, there's so much.
Craziest story was.
Wasn't Compton Menace opening that tour?
Oh yeah, he was there too. He was there.
He was going to like 6 p.m. or some shit.
Yeah.
I can just imagine backstage had to be fucking wild.
It was a party every day. It was a party after. Well, Chris Brown's green room literally was a club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Size room.
He's the king of the thoughts.
You know what I'm saying? Party before stage and after stage. But it was 3 motorcycle accidents that tour.
What does that mean? Just backstage, motherfuckers trying to get their meat meal on?
What happened
in the arena?
Well, what happened was, I was on the road, bored, ran out of things to do with my homies, so I went by this. We had picked up the hobbies and just doing the RC cars, but then I was like, nah, I want to, you know what I'm saying, get a little bike. I never had a little motorcycle done before, so I just got some scooters. So they had these Honda Groms, which is like a bike shrunk just a little bit.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? 4-speed, goes like 55, 70 on a hill, and it's just cool. You know what I'm saying? People be souping them up. Jumping them. You know what I'm saying? Wheelies, all that stuff. So I got one of those, and after I got one, then Chris got 2. And then after Chris got 2, Fetty got like 4 dirt bikes.
I don't know if I want to be around Fetty Wap on a bike.
Well, this is the thing. This is before that. So this is what happened.
He does have one eye.
So what happened was, but his cousin and his brother really be riding. So we was all out there just at one point having fun. So my first accident, I'm just out there wilding. My girl like, yo, don't go out there without a helmet and gloves. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm wild. Chris Brown tour. Bang, bang. So then I'm out here and we in the parking lot. And I'm cool zooming through fans. There's crowds of fans. I'm zooming. Fans
like
like,
a
oh
fucking
shit, kid is
lawsuit
going through the
waiting.
parking lot going crazy. I go straight, right? I'm like, all right, I'm about to make one last run. I told everybody, one last run. I make the run, go through the crowd, and a tour bus comes out of nowhere.
Well,
Dead at me. But like our buses is already here, so I felt like everybody. So I'm not even thinking about no tour bus. Tour bus come at me, and this is my first 2 weeks really ever riding a motorcycle. I hit the front brake first. As soon as I hit the front brake, front wheel stop, whole bike flip.
Ooh. Yeah.
I fly off, land, get up fast as hell. Make sure don't nobody know. Like 20 people was like, ooh. Everyone else behind ain't know what happened. I get up fast, get the bike going, hands leaking. Blood just dripping everywhere, hands shaking. I'm trying to get it started. Clutch won't go. Chuck like, yo, you want me to start the bike for you? I'm like, nah, grown man, bro. I'm about to start the bike myself. So as soon as I got it going, went back to the bus, cleaned up, and was good. Never happened ever again in my life. Wow. I'm a pro now because you only got to mess up once.
So you're still riding motorcycles?
Yeah, I still got it at the crib. And
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? I have fun. But
What's that insurance like?
I don't know, man. I ain't report that.
Take that one to the chief.
Yeah, that was I took one to the chin. Literally, I had a little scratch on my chin. Like it could have went bad, but it was cool. I still performed that night with a couple band-aids under some gloves.
Was Iman Shumpert on the road a lot?
Yeah.
I know I saw him in
actually
Tampa. He was just playing basketball,
Yeah.
like backstage. I'm like, yo, fuck, is that fucking Iman Shumpert or designer?
think
It's
I
Iman
saw-
Shumpert.
I think I saw tour footage of you stage diving one time too.
I probably did once. I don't.
It was a rare. That's why I remember seeing it because it was like rare. But I was like, that don't
I
really.
can't see you stage
Look,
diving.
check this out. So,
I don't seem like
I
your
wear
vibe,
I
man.
wear a lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
And just clothes and stuff that I want to keep while I'm on stage. And when I jump off stage, sometimes as soon as
You
I
lose
jump
shit.
off, hat gone. I'd be like, bro, and I can't even see who took it. I literally have been on the road. Like I remember one time we was on the road. Ray Shrimmer came out for a show. This is the first time it happened. Jimmy jumped out in the crowd. Chain gone. Boom. He was like, oh, it's cool. But then didn't that happen again when I think he had got the other chain, jump in the crowd happened. That's happened to me where I've jumped in the crowd, ring, gone.
Rich
jumped
nigga
in
shit.
here, bracelet. Like I've jumped in the crowd and the whole bracelet got snatched, broken in half, and was gone. And you can't do nothing. And like I'm not stopping the
Bullshit.
show and yelling at the crowd.
Where the fuck
Hey,
is my bracelet?
I've seen 50 Cent jump in the crowd twice.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, sometimes it's been one of those things where I've gotten on stage and didn't know it was going till I was back on stage. Like,
Yeah,
just thought
that's
they
fair.
was pulling. You know, they pulling my wrist and pulling. I'm like, all right, I got myself back. Get on stage and be like, oh, whole joint gone. People that was there not even there. Like, so it's definitely one of the things that makes me not really jump in the crowd too much. And I don't like getting like girls be trying to, you know what I'm saying, pull on you and swipe you. And I be like,
Trying to
bro,
give you a
I'm
hand
just-
job in the
yeah,
middle.
I'm like,
you know,
yo, I'm
your
still
girl's
trying
on
to
stage.
perform.
Like, you can't jerk me off
it's-
here.
That's not really the play. Now, if I was the type of artist where they respected me and just, you know, push me aside and had the fun, they just don't respect me
You
like
could
that.
always
on
ask
stage.
a
They
girl
want
to-
to pull and then take all the stuff away from me.
You could just, have the crowd wipe your face like R. Kelly did. Did you see that?
Nah.
You don't really want to do shows.
Have you seen that video
in
of R.
reference
Kelly,
to
by
R.
the way?
Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know
Yo,
what he's
R.
talking
Kelly
about.
was singing, some bitch wiping his face. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Valet's on the
boss.
album. Shout out to him.
Shout out Valet, you know what I'm saying? Got on the record, Rain Dance with Fuzz
That's
Rico.
a cool vibe
on the
right
hook.
there.
It's vibey. I feel like a lot of these records are stuff that people, even if they have heard them back in the day, haven't heard or don't expect from right now, from putting me in, you know what I'm saying, a pocket. So I think these are some really good records.
Now,
people are excited
we had
about.
Rich the Kid up here like 2 weeks ago. He's always an interesting fella. What was it like working with Rich the Kid on the record that's produced by Murder Beats?
The session with Rich the Kid was interesting. It was like 4 a.m.
Was he too high to be present?
Absolutely.
Facts.
We all might have been a little lit, but he was definitely setting bar. But it was me, Murder. I want to say Offset might have pulled up later.
Offsets, I see you.
But it was like, you know what I'm saying, it was me, Murder, and a couple of amigos was running through the same studio, you know what I'm saying, running through my studio sessions for a second. And Rich was pulling up, you know what I'm saying, to just link up with Murder. And I had this record that I had started working on with my boy Bongo just in another room. So from that point, you know, we played that record for Murder, and Murder was like, yo, let me get in on this too. So, you know, he just started you know what I'm saying, coming up with ideas, how they, you know, have that whole production room. It'd just be a lot of computers and people just rocking. So, you know, it was getting real creative in there on that side. And then the idea was like, yo, Rich about to pull up. Let's see if he rock with it. And it was like, yeah, me and Rich have run into each other before and, work with some of the same people just in the offices, but never really had a chance to get in the studio. So when he pulled up, it was kind of just like, yo, here's a record. I'm rocking with it. It's all love. He went in there, did, the one take thing, cut one track through, probably like good 20 minutes, cut a little ad-libs, and then we just, from there, just kept it moving and, thought about different ways we could take it, I think we just stuck with how it sounded. And
So it was already, the beat was already kind of, the foundation was there, and then Murder Beast just added his sauce on
vibe.
it.
Murder got some crazy, just hard-hitting drums and just a different bounce, on certain things. So he kind of just opened the record up a little bit and, gave some different ideas for it. And I think even just put me in a different position when writing the verse. So, because, I think after that, went in, rewrote some stuff, and you just get different ideas.
So when you write a song like the Yuso record, which is sexually explicit to say the least,
Very.
Are you rapping about your wife, or are you just rapping to like a random ass?
See, I wasn't even gonna do that to you.
No, I'm just curious because now I got to think about it. I'm thinking like.
Nah, I think it's always
You gotta go home.
Right. Nah. It's always about my girl. It's always about my girl. Even records I write just about females are definitely based off personal experiences, but they might not always be relevant to the time that they're happening. So like I could write, like, of course, Freaky Records is relevant to all times right now. But
let's say you guys got a real lit sex life based on that verse.
Right, but if I write a record about me first meeting, her, and I write it now, it's still me talking about her. Some people might think it's me meeting a new girl, but it's like, nah, I'm just giving a different, perspective of how we met or how this situation was, whether it be 5 years ago, because I might feel like that relates to something that
to the record.
One of my homies told me yesterday about his relationship. So I'm like, oh, I got something perfect for that because I went through that. So I'm going to write about that. And of course, when I'm writing about sex records, I'm writing off my personal experience.
Has the wife ever hit you like, yo, I don't like that. I don't like the way that make me sound. Change that shit.
I think I probably get a little bit more insecure than she do. Like I probably
because you don't even want to deal with the shit, right?
Like,
you're like, I don't even want to deal with
I'm talking about you, right? When I say like,
that's for you.
What's up, girl? It's when still like you, girl. Nah,
clean up before the mess.
It's never been no drama like that.
Has Asaya ever had to beat up a groupie bitch at a concert?
Yeah.
Really?
How many times?
Hands on her?
Well, because they also, like, I think one time we were in Minnesota and a girl was literally just dancing and sat on my lap. So of course she had the right to push her off my lap.
Of course,
drink might have spilled. You know what I'm saying? But nothing like she not beating up. It's not like fist fights. You know what I'm saying? We not out here grown.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You might get a push and a shove, like get out the way, because fans are aggressive. It's like yo elbows, like yo check out. You know what I'm saying? But I got to do the same thing.
Hey, we're gonna let you go in a second, but you don't do a lot of interviews. You don't really do a lot of talking. You kind of just put your music out and shit like that. I was talking to Will about that one time, and
I used to try to let my music speak for myself.
You don't really do a lot of talking. What's something that people don't know about you that you would like people to know? Like just one thing that you don't feel like people know about Kid Ink.
One thing people don't know.
We've already talked about the size of your snake, so obviously besides that.
Yeah, I don't want to know about that. You can tell Kev about that later.
One thing people don't know about Kid Ink. But what you mean, like a personal level?
Anything, man. Give us a little factoid. Give us one of those. Remember those VH1
I got a nice 3-pointer
pop-up videos? Give us a nice notation.
Nice notation. Everybody know I know how to cook. I can actually dance pretty well.
Really?
I don't know if you like. I be doing like the current dances at the house.
When you say current, you mean like
all the Fortnite?
Kodak Black?
Can you hit all the Fortnite dances?
Kodak Black. Like I could do all the Fortnite. A couple of them. Block boy dances and all that.
So do you fun? You practice in the mirror at the house?
I don't practice in the mirror. I practice with my daughter to make myself feel like
you're not.
Okay. Can you floss?
Yeah. The joint with the But they told me it was called the backpack the first time I had.
What's the newest dance you learned how to do?
Let's see it.
The floss joint?
Yeah, let's see it.
Y'all trying to really go.
You gotta stand up.
That's the
do your shit.
Ain't no
We're gonna go to commercial right out of this.
Yo, by the way, the fact he's about to do
this joint, right?
Yeah. Oh, I see you.
It's little. I'm not gonna do too much
Listen,
for y'all.
You can't do it quite as good as my 13-year-old.
Nah,
but I respect the effort. I didn't expect for you to do it.
It's no music playing.
Happy 11th birthday, Kid Ink.
Right.
To a kid.
Kid Ink, thanks for coming. The album is coming out. It's called No Missed Calls. And do us a favor and introduce the new single that we just added to rotation.
New single right now. You already know it's your boy Kid Ink. Yuso featuring Lil Wayne and Saweetie.
Shout out to Lil Wayne, man.
Shout out to Sweetie.
Let's go. It's Real 92.3. Boom.